Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I'm in the house with this pretty cool thing over here. This is the Shirogorov Barker collaboration Hokkaido, Russian Hokkaido that we have in the house. And we're going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let me say a big thank you to my buddy Guillaume for sending this guy along and for you guys to be able to enjoy this beautiful piece. So this is not a small knife by any means, not light, I have to say, because overall length of this guy is going to be 8.8 inches with a 3.75 inch long blade. So let's check this out, how this guy compares with the usual suspect. This is the Ontario Rat number 2 and this is the Ontario Rat number 1. Look at that. It's a tad bigger than the Ontario Rat number 1. This is the Benchmade bug out, and this is the Benchmade mini bug out. Guess what? Bigger than both of these guys. Another couple options from Spyderco. You've got the Spyderco Para 3 and the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which are, again, both smaller. The Spyderco just a smidge smaller than that. And if you check a couple options from Chris Reeve Knives, you're going to be able to see that the large Sebenza 21, it's again a little bit smaller than that, and of course the small Sebenza 21 is smaller than the Hokkaido. Another couple option from Shirogorov. This is the Neon R20, and this is the Shirogorov F95 Slim Nudist. Probably right about the same size of the Hokkaido. Yes, it's the same size. 8.8 overall inch in length, but the blade is a little bit longer on that, on the F95 production model. Let me show you how this guy compares, for example, up against the RJ Martin collaboration, Russian Overkill, and another big boy. Yes, you got it. This is the 110KS Lee Williams collaboration, also with Shirogorov, and because we have them here, why not? Let me also show you the Poluchotki Sienkiewicz collaboration. This is a big boy, and of course is bigger than that. Let me show you another couple, just because we have them here, why not? This is the Koenig Knives Arius Generation 4 Style 55, and what else can I show you? I'll show you like this Sharp by Design Brian Nadeau Evo Typhoon, and also you can see that these are all smaller than that. This is the Holt Bladeworks Spectre, Haptic. You've got Alliance Design Mini Pickens here, and just gonna show you another couple big boys because we have them in the house. You have this guy, which is the Steelcraft series Todd Bag Knives Bodega, and because I have it here, another Russian big boy. This is the Custom Knife Factory Tashi Barusha designed muscle, and I think you have a pretty good idea of the size of this bad boy over here. And what is this guy? This is the Barker collaboration with Shirogorov, and you have an Hokkaido here. Hokkaido is it's a controversial one with me because I love some things, but I'm not loving other things. So, for example, the price of this guy is going to be in the $1,800, so definitely not a cheap one, made in Russia. It's a beautiful collaboration, actually, exceptionally executed. There are some things that I love because they are being brought from the Custom Division series, and of course this is a limited edition. There's only 200 of these guys made. It's a titanium frame lock, as you can see, and it has some good stuff for sure going on. For example, like the lines. I like the lines. It's a little bit taller, too much tall for my taste on this side, and of course that's going to reflect in a tall blade, and in this case they used like a low, you see they just, the grind, the main grind is flat, and the primary bevel is just like too short. They left out a little bit too much for my taste, but I mean that's just me. So a little bit too tall. So overall design, it's sleek. I like how it tapers down on this side. I would have preferred it like a little bit thinner on this side over here. Overall, it's nicely 3D milled. There's like the classic flush area and the classic micro milled area, like in every other collaboration that I tried and that I showed you guys. Like you can see, like for example 110 KS, you have flats here, not milled, and micro milling going on that area. Same thing goes on for the Russian overkill. Look at this, micro milling and flash and flat area. Same thing you can say for the RFT, Russian flipping tanto, just in the center right there. So classic scheme for milled and not milled areas on the handle, nicely curved and radiused chamfers 1 and 2 over here, and of course symmetric on the lock side. It's just gorgeously done, guys. And this chamfers going on, and internal chamfering and internal milling to reduce the weight, which by the way it's not that reduced. I mean, this guy's gonna weigh in at 6 ounces, but still it's internally skeletonized. There is some bronze anodization going on for the scales. It's nicely done. This finger groove, it's wide and comfortable enough for a couple fingers to just stay in there. You have a 3D mill titanium backspacer with this bronze copper finish matching the titanium collars on both sides. You have a geared, jimped, matching with the scales backspacer with an integrated lanyard hole, and beautifully done. I love this area here, done up to the tip of the blade and centering backspacer. And this area here is probably my favorite part of the knife, because it shows you how tight the tolerances are, how centered the blade is, and how little space is left to the side of this blade. Is just fantastic. You have an overall cool looking shape, because I like when the blade just like sits flush with the heel of the handle. Really cool. I would have preferred maybe a little bit thinner, slimmer up here, but that's just me. You have a custom division pivot, not spinning, so it's keyed in with a ball bearing on the inside, and you're gonna be able to disassemble this guy with a bit over here, and you're gonna need a custom bit from custom division pen tool for the handle screw, so just keep that in mind. Also, this assembly is gonna be pretty straightforward. The construction is very simple, but keep in mind this guy is running on a single row roller bearing, so you're gonna need a good set of tweezers to take care of those cylindrical ball bearings, cylindrical bearings, because they're loose, they're not caged basically, so just keep that in mind. You have, of course, a stainless steel lock face insert, which also has an integrated over travel lock bar right there. Very cool, clever solution. You have no detent ball ramp over here. You have an internal lock bar relief. You have a very cool designed 3D mill titanium pocket clip, tip-up carry only. Hidden screw pocket clip, very nice indeed. Long, there's a long touching area, I don't know if you can see, like here, so this is gonna be sticking onto your pocket like crazy, and the tension on the clip is probably a little bit too much. It's very strong indeed, and but it's beautifully designed, guys. I have to say that. If you check the blade, it's nicely designed. I have to say it's a little bit too tall for my taste. You have some nice jimping, which is matching the scales over here. This is Vanax 37 super clean steel, 3.75 inch long tanto blade. Nice swedge going on up to the tip. It's a unique blade shape, curved tanto here. I like this grind here. This area here is just crazily ground, and basically this is a very gentle belly. It looks like flat, but I don't think it's just flat. It's just a very, very gentle angled belly. And you have sharpening choil, classic Shirogorov plunge grind. And you have your flipper tab, which is nicely chamfered and jimped and chamfered again when following the profile of the blade. And you have a little area here of milled out titanium to allow for your thumb just to disengage the lock bar like that. So very, very cool. You have also a little bit of spine chamfering, not that much, but it's not sharp by any means. And the jimping is a little bit on the slippery side because these grooves are not that deep, so just keep that in mind. The blade has deeply engraved logos of Shirogorov and Barker on this side, so these are not like laser etched or anything like they do, for example, in the production version, which is something like that. This is a Hation Zero. They do something like much nicer, which you can basically see in many of the collaborations that you look at. That's a little bit different. But you get the idea. So deeply etched, very, very cool. The sound that this guy makes, it's also another highlight for me, because hear this. I mean, nice whoosh, almost inaudible when you close it. You feel like you hear the clack, but it's not obtrusive. It's like it's low pitch, muffled, quiet, discreet, pleasant. It's soft. It's it's rich at the same time. So the sound for me, it was wow. When I closed this one, I was like, wow, this is one of the best closing sound that I've ever experienced. It's just gorgeous. What it's like not 100% gorgeous, I would say it's the weight, because this feels like really, really dense in my hand. And look at that, it's 6 ounces. So there's some internal skeletonization going on, but the weight is there, so it's not a light boy. In the hand also it feels great. There's no hot spots. Everything is smooth, rounded off nicely, no sharp edges. It feels great in the hand. There's this jimping that doesn't really feel that much effective, but it's there. I mean, you can do it. Not much options to choke it up, because there's not really like a finger choil, just like a sharpening choil over there. Reverse grip also is gonna work, because there's some area here sticking out. A nice finger guard created by the flipper tab and the finger groove right there. So nicely balanced, feels absolutely solid in the hand. Look at these slabs of titanium and this back spacer. It's gonna confer very, very rigid structure to the overall frame. So absolutely strong knife with the fit and finish that it's impeccable. It's like in the Shirogorov custom division tradition, you're not gonna see anything wrong about this. Everything is flush, centered, no misalignments, zero gaps, zero rattling, zero blade play. Maybe this area here, maybe a tad more like wider to allow for your thumb to disengage the lock bar, but not that much. You have a single roller bearings pivot system going on to allow you to have this smooth action. It's ridiculously smooth. You have the flipper tab, which is jimped, and you can actually easily fail the lock, the deployment, because the detent is on the light side. But of course, you can also decide not to fail the deployment just by doing maybe a little bit stronger push button, or just like sticking with the classic light switch like that, and it's just gonna deploy the blade. But remember that the detent, at least in this sample over here, is a little bit on the light side. No lock stick, because of course of the stainless steel lock face insert with integrated over travel lock bar stop. So very, very good design. Indeed, you have a nice clip, but with a little bit too much strength on it. But overall, I mean, detent strength, it's a little bit of an issue because it feels a little bit too light for me. There is no detent ball ramp, so you're going to be feeling a little bit of the hard step right there. And detent suction is pretty much non-existent. You have to be pushing it down like you see, like very, very low, so not much magnetic effect, but you do have the kickback feel from the blade when you just deploy it. But I mean, overall, this is a very cool knife. There's a couple of nitpicks that I have with the detent, a little bit with the pocket clip, and a little bit with the shape of the blade, but overall it's really well put together. It has the same feel of a custom division Shirogorov, like something like this guy over here, that feels just amazing and has all the features that you can recognize from a custom division, so you're not gonna be disappointed, especially if you enjoy this design over here. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.